Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Good morning. 9:04, Thursday morning, hitting you. 9th day of May, CJ Nasello. It's our daily show, RiverBender.com. Roku TV, your smartphone, your computer, anywhere, everywhere you get this show. Thanks for tuning in today. We got a good one. Going to be talking to Lynn Venhaus here in a couple of minutes or so. Lynn's the best. She is a Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter movie critic and the proprietor of Pop Life STL. Some really good stuff. And she's going to be filling us in on some of the movies coming out this summer. And looking forward to that. Then at 10:35, we're getting joined by the National Great Rivers Museum, the Army Corps of Engineers for R.E.C Fest. This is a really cool free event for you and the family to go and be a part of, and we're going to get the latest on all of that and more. But today's kind of fun for me. For 3 months now, I've been, or 2.5, close to it, but really since January, soccer season's kind of overtaken everything, and I do that to, help out because I love coaching and love, developing players. And then, of course, it helps to keep you moving throughout the winter months. But now we're at a point where I had the Irish Soccer Club, the 2011 girls, I coached them. The 2010 girls, I trained them on Thursdays. Then with the middle school, I was coaching them all in the afternoon right after I got done with work going to that. So really cool to get back to normal a little bit today. And all I know is I have not looked more pale, and I've been out in the sun very, very frequently. I got to quit wearing red and black, man. I'm telling you what. Hey, here's what's happening around the Riverbend at 9:05 this morning. Make sure you sign up for your daily email update. But young kids, SMS, that means text messaging. And for all of you that already knew what that meant, RiverBender.com offers that too. You can text RB to 618-202-4618. That's 618-202-4618. Text RB to sign up, and we'll alert you on breaking news, weather alerts, especially for next week. Did you see that? We're going to get some sailboat weather and closings, cancellations, sports scores, my show, a hell of a lot more if you sign up for those RB text alerts today. Mike, thank you for the joke. I'll start off with it before we do news. Why don't skeletons fight each other? Well, they don't have any guts. That's what our new news system is telling me today. But now let's take a look at top of the hour news. Del Mar Public House, a new restaurant infused with flavors from the former Edwardsville favorite Bigelow's Bistro, is poised to open its doors in the village of Godfrey. The establishment is located at 2926 West Del Mar Avenue and received a unanimous nod for a liquor license from the village board, paving the way for a menu packed with sandwiches, salads, and global pub fare. Co-owned by Mark and Melissa Pruitt, the restaurant aims to recreate some of Bigelow's popular dishes while introducing new culinary concepts. Mark, the former owner of Bigelow's, will serve as the executive chef and general manager. The restaurant will also feature a selection of craft beers, wine, and cocktails, and plans to serve as a venue for private events. Del Mar Public House is a self-funded venture with an initial investment of $600,000, expecting to employ around 15 to 20 people. The projected opening date is around the 8th of August, the day before Scotty McCreery comes to town, following Mark's announcement during the recent Village Board meeting. You can stay up to date on all Village Board meetings in the Village of Godfrey and the City of Alton, along with the City of Wood River, by going to RiverBender.com /video. Also in the news, Madison County State's Attorney Tom Hain did announce on Wednesday that Larry D. Lovett, a 42-year-old Madison resident, was sentenced to 75 years in prison for an ambush killing and attempted armed robbery. In March, Lovett was convicted of first-degree murder, attempted armed robbery, and unlawful possession of a weapon by a felon. The sentencing in Madison County Circuit Court follows Lovett's conviction of the 2021 murder of Andre Hudson during an attempted robbery in Madison. Evidence was presented at trial, including GPS data, DNA, surveillance footage, and text messaging. Lovett's co-defendant, William A. Jenkins, was also sentenced to 75 years last year for related charges. This sentencing reaffirms the community's stance against violent crimes. Alton Works is set to rejuvenate downtown Alton with the Lucas Row building at 601 to 611 East Broadway, marking the first introduction of new residential rental units in over 20 years. The project will feature 12 modern apartments and 6 retail stores on street level. According to John Simmons, the CEO of Alton Works, its development is a crucial step towards attracting a diverse population and bringing it back to the area. The project, rooted in historical respect, includes restoration of original architectural elements and significant mural. Governor J.B. Pritzker highlighted the importance of such developments during his 2022 visit. Completion is anticipated by mid-2025. Also in the news, the Cottage Hills community is rallying behind Shane Cole, a 50-year-old local facing a battle with stage 4 cancer. They are holding a benefit event organized by his family set to take place at the Cottage Hills VFW on May the 25th from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. The event aims to support Shane, his wife Melissa, and their 2 daughters financially during this challenging time. Shane, who was diagnosed unexpectedly after suffering a persistent migraine, is undergoing expensive treatments, including radiation and immunotherapy. The benefit will feature meals, raffles, and entertainment, with tickets priced at $10 for adults and $5 for children aged 5 to 12. Donations can be made directly to Shane's GoFundMe or by contacting the family via email. The initiative will help ease the burden of medical and travel expenses, providing some relief to Shane and his family. We'll keep you updated as we get details on how the event turned out. Also in the news, RiverBender.com is celebrating a lot of graduations this season, and we kicked it off last night with East Alton Wood River High School celebrating the graduation of 6 valedictorians and a perfect attendance achiever. Here's what we know. East Alton Wood River High School's graduation did take place last night with 6 valedictorians and a student who achieved perfect attendance through his 12 years of schooling among the grades. How incredible is that? Principal Lee Robinson expressed excitement for the graduates' futures. The ceremony, eagerly anticipated despite potential thunderstorms, streamed live for viewers. The valedictorians, Colton Heaton, Samuel Howard, Timothy Melton, Amelia Plum, Kasikquia Puckett, and Kennedy Ruitt were highlighted for their hard work during the challenging times, including the COVID-19 pandemic and restrictions during their initial high school years. Samuel Howard also earned recognition for his perfect attendance record. That is just incredible. Finally, in the news today at 9/11, one final one for you. Alton Pride, a key advocate for the LGBTQ plus community in the Riverbend area, recently awarded scholarships to 3 deserving high school seniors. This initiative, now in its 2nd year, aims to support students facing financial hurdles with college-related expenses. The scholarships were granted based on academic performance, community service, and even a personal essay outlining each recipient's plans to positively impact the LGBTQ plus community. Recipients included Chloe Rardon, Blake Moore, and Josh McCoon, who received awards named after influential LGBTQ plus figures. As Alton Pride prepares for its 3rd annual festival this September, the organization continues to expand its support and advocacy efforts, fostering a more inclusive future. At 9:12, let's take a look at your weather. Man, it's a lot different than it was yesterday, huh? Today, breezy and less humid unless you're inside the RiverBender.com building, because, boy, it feels like Miami in here, with times of clouds and sun throughout the day. Tonight, partly cloudy. those are your notes for today. Pretty mild compared to yesterday. Temperatures will reach 76 degrees today. They will drop down to 51 overnight heading into Friday. On Friday, a high of 69 degrees, a low of 52. On Saturday, the 11th day of May, no rain in the forecast, partly sunny skies, a high of 72 degrees and a low of 51. On Sunday, Mother's Day, the 12th of May, no rain in the forecast, partly cloudy skies, a high of 79 degrees, a low of 58. That means you and Mama can get up and into the garden early and start doing all of your Mother's Day activities. On the 13th of May, 65% chance that we are getting some thunderstorms, a high of 77 degrees, a low of 59. And as I said earlier to start the show, next week we are going to be getting some water, so be prepared because the next couple of days of dryness are going to be very much welcomed. You can stay up to date on time and temperature throughout the day by calling the landmark phone number. So great that Mike upstairs in RiverBender.com got this number and kept it alive because so many of you utilize it. 618-465-4545. That's 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back. Rehab, recover, and return home. And while you're at it, don't forget to check out the Liberty Village villas that are starting to make their way in Jerseyville. Beautiful homes developed and constructed for you to make sure that final chapter is the best chapter forward. Liberty Village is the place to go. At 9:14, before we take a quick break, talk to Lynn Venhaus, the taste of the Riverbend. Yes, you got it. Girls on Grapes, Boys on Brew. This is a wonderful event. It's back for 2024 from noon until 3 p.m. at the loading dock in Grafton, Saturday, May the 18th. You can sample delicious wines, food, and brews from area restaurants and wineries, plus there's so much more there to discover. You're helping support the White Cross Auxiliary of Alton Memorial Hospital as they do so much for the hospital, providing equipment with some of these fundraisers, and this is the big one. We just talked about it last week, and now I need to get tickets and see you on May the 18th for Girls on Grapes, Boys on Brew, the Taste of the Riverbend, Saturday, May the 18th, noon to 3 p.m. at the loading dock. You can click on the RiverBender.com wallpaper to get ticket information today, or you can just Google Girls on Grapes, Boys on Brew, and it'll take you right to the website. We'll see you there May the 18th, and once you get your tickets, don't forget to tell them that RiverBender.com and CJ sent you over their way. 9:15 is the time. Let's take a look at Skycam, see how downtown Alton's looking, and then we'll come back with Lynn Venhaus right after this on RiverBender.com.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
My peace of mind, 'cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. When my
While we're waiting for Lynn Venhaus, let me fill you in on Village Dispensary. You know, they're the best. And it was so cool. You know what's crazy is, man, Eddie and I had a lot of people watching that one. And then they watched on demand. So thanks for tuning in. You know, I love the fact that Eddie is over at Village Dispensary. You know, it's really cool to see someone, you know, changing courses a little bit, changing industry, and still providing, you know, what we all love from the Bon Air, that neighborhood atmosphere, that, you know, fun environment. Well, now it's, you know, in a different way with Village Dispensary, where you have people there that are so nice. They're knowledgeable. But what I think so cool is seeing the restaurant component kind of in Village Dispensary. When you go in, you know, you've done that before. You know, maybe you haven't, but if you have, you know what I'm saying. You go in there, you pick up your order, but you wait 15 minutes for the guy to go in, or girl to go into the back. They staple the bag, and then all of a sudden, 15 minutes later, you're walking out the door, even though you already ordered and already paid. It takes too much time. Not at Village Dispensary. You're in and out. I texted Eddie the other day, 4 minutes. I walked in the door, walked out, and that's how great it is. They have this turnstile thing, so you're just, boom, gone. What I think's great, too, is, listen, we've all been behind that person at the gas station, you know, that has 800 lottery tickets. They're scanning them all, and none of them have been winners. Well, what I think's cool about Village Dispensary is when you go in there, you have an option. You know, if you're a newbie, you're nervous, and hell, we've all been there where we're in line and we know people know what they want. We're kind of holding up the process. They have a little sit-down area where you can go hang out with some of their bud tenders and learn about some of the products and how they can help you. They aren't just about making sales there. They're about educating you and creating that community or village atmosphere right there in Godfrey. All you got to do is go to villagedispo.com. That's villagedispo.com, and place your order today. Stop in and see those friendly faces. See how everyone wants to greet you at the door, wants to provide you that service. And when you walk in, you're going to be very impressed and blown away by the way it looks, the way it feels. This is a big town dispensary in small town USA, and I'm telling you what, I am a fan. Village Dispo, that's villagedispo.com, and once you go in there, don't forget to tell them that CJ sent you over their way, and tell them to get moving on the CJ Nasello edible. We don't know what it'll do to you. You'll find out in 5 hours, you know. villagedispo.com. But we're talking to Lynn Venhaus here in a couple of minutes, and I really like talking to Lynn. Lynn and I knew each other all the way back from when I was at all the way back, you know, the whole 2 years, when I was back at KTRS, and I started, you know, doing the live shows with Ray at night because they needed somebody to do it. And I walked in, and Ray and I kind of really connected. But Lynn would join us every Thursday and review movies and give us her critiques. And man, it was so fun. She's so knowledgeable. And I'm glad that we can go ahead and talk with her today. She'll be joining us in just a couple of seconds. But while I have you too, let me fill you in on more that's going on throughout the Riverbend. You know, up in Campsville, a new archery tournament is going to debut in Southwest Illinois in May at the Macaulay Heritage Project in Campsville, May 17th through the 19th. Registration for the 3-day event includes competition courses for adults, youth ages 13 to 16, and children 12 and under. This is so cool. There will also be a bow hunter competition for all ages, and each archer will have the opportunity to shoot on multiple courses each day. Cash and prizes are going to be awarded to the top 3 shooters in each age category and division. The 2 divisions include compound and traditional bows. The scenic hills and hollows of rural Calhoun County will serve as the... gotcha. will serve as the backdrop. As a premier archery tournament provider, Mountain Archery Fest has organized events throughout the U.S. for bow hunters and competitive archers. Those interested in competing can register online at mountainarcheryfest.com/Macaulay-heritage-project-IL. That was a lot of dashes. We'll take a quick break. 9:23 is the time. We'll come back with Lynn Venhaus right after this on RiverBender.com.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
It's a living thing. It's a terrible thing to lose. It's a given thing.
Lynn Venhaus, how are we?
Oh, it's so good to see you, CJ, and not just hear you. Hi, how are you?
It's so good to see you too. I'm hanging in there. I'm gonna go see Jeff Lynne September 9th, so I'm getting ready for ELO again.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's good. I know. Well, there's a local group, Mr. Blue Sky, who's very good.
Yes, they are. I was blown away by them because when you go to those things, you think, well, we'll see how this kind of goes. But man, they hit it on just a nail on the head with that group.
Oh, I know. And Jeff Faulkner's really good, and he's got a Coldplay group now.
Wow.
Sky Full of Stars.
That's awesome. I'll have to check that out too. And honestly, Lynn, there's a lot to check out this summer. It seems like this is getting exciting again.
Oh, yes. But, I do have superhero fatigue, so there's no Marvels right now, which is good.
Yes.
Which is, to me, is good.
Yes.
And they just announced this week that they're limiting Marvel releases to like 3 a year TV shows, because it's overwhelming. It really is.
Yeah.
And, my thing is you shouldn't have to do homework before you see a movie, because these Marvel movies have become so laborious and tedious, and you feel like you're missing things, and I didn't see that. So anyway, that's a good sign. I picked a couple that I think might be winners, but we never know, because I love the Fall Guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it got great reviews, but it didn't do too well at the box office opening weekend. So I hope word of mouth spreads, because it is just a gem. It's everything I love about a summer blockbuster. It's got great cast. It's funny. It's action. It's just a lively love letter to movie magic. And Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, they're just effortlessly charming. It's a crazy world. So I guess without further ado, we've got an interesting one on May 17th called If. Have you been seeing the trailers for this?
So I'm kind of confused, because I see the trailers, but I still can't paint that picture of what I'm going to expect. It looks really interesting, though.
Yeah, it is Ryan Reynolds, who's always, he's one of the go-to. He's like Ryan Gosling.
Mm-hmm.
Count on him to make you laugh. And it's John Krasinski who wrote and directed it, and it's about imaginary friends. Those are the imaginary friends. So this young girl is going through some traumatic events in her life, and she starts seeing everybody's imaginary friends.
That's so cool.
I know. So it sounds very high concept, but it could be very good, because I have trust in John Krasinski and Ryan Reynolds.
John Krasinski's such a good writer. I didn't realize all of the work that he was a part of, because you think of him as Jim from The Office, and it's just, the smirk and everything else. But the movie that I loved was that horror or scary, the thriller. That was just incredible. What was that called?
Oh, A Quiet Place?
Yes, that was good.
Oh, yeah, parts 1 and 2. And actually, we're going to have a prequel. Day 1 comes out this summer, and I'll talk about that more. So, yeah, I think this has got a voice cast that's the who's who of Hollywood. It's Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, John's wife, Jon Stewart, Awkwafina, Sam Rockwell, Steve Carell. So Maya Rudolph. So I think this sounds really good. So that's May 17th.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see if that kicks off the summer, because I think summer, don't we want to escape? Because we really, it's a very taxing time in life.
Well, you're right. And so whenever you were saying that, number one, my question for you is, how do those big names come together? Is it just spur of the moment? Is it happenstance sometimes with these movies to find all of these folks that are really willing to do it? Or is it something that's kind of laid out for years that kind of leads up to when they start recording, start doing all the voiceover work and start filming? That's really fascinating to me. That is really the A-list block of Hollywood right now.
Oh, I know. I'm sure they have these people in mind and see if they can get them. And I think because we had the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
so we've got to recover from that. And then also we had the writer's strike and the actor's strike.
Yep.
So some of these have been in development for a while. So it should be interesting to see. But no, I think people are really discovering voice casts, because if you look at the animated movies that have been a big deal the last couple of years, they have these really big name voice casts.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
it's
and we've got a couple. Hollywood always goes to the sequels, and so now we have an origin story, Furiosa, for Mad Max saga, and that is the story of the renegade warrior played by Charlize Theron in Mad Max Fury Road. So she is played by Anya Taylor-Joy
Mm-hmm.
in this one, and Chris Hemsworth is the villain.
That is so cool. Now, Lynn, let me ask you, because I'm been under a rock with Mad Max. I didn't really get into the hype of it initially, and I haven't really gotten into the movies, but it seems like people are just going nuts over these Mad Max films.
Yes, and the last one was a long time ago. What, 2015, I think?
Oh, wow.
Mad Max Fury Road. So it's been a while. But Tom Hardy plays him, and he's silent. Mel Gibson played him in the original. So they have taken on a lot, because it's a apocalyptic, post-apocalypse. It's no water, all this horrible thing. Everything that a dystopian future has. But George Miller's the director, and he directs this. And the last movie, Fury Road, just cleaned up at the Oscars for all the technical achievements, because the stunt work was incredible, and they really did stunt work and not too much CGI, which is the computer generated graphics that we all know.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be that is May 24th. So that's going to be the big kickoff for Memorial Day weekend. So we'll see if that works. I'm excited about this movie on Netflix starting June 7th. It is called Hitman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen previews.
Yeah, Glenn Powell is the man of the hour right now. He is having a moment. Because he was memorable in Top Gun Maverick. And then he did that rom-com last year with Sydney Sweeney called Anyone But You, that far exceeded expectations and is now streaming on Netflix. And so he's going to be everywhere this summer, because he's also in Twisters.
Oh, how does someone manage it? I mean, I couldn't imagine, just one day after, the phone starts ringing, when you just start hitting the ground running. I'm sure for these actors and actresses, you don't even breathe. You just keep going until all the projects are completed at that point.
Oh yeah, if you're at, I'm not sure if he was at the Met Gala the other night, but some of the people were, as they say. But he's going to be everywhere this summer, and he plays a professor who is used by the local police. It's inspired by true events. He plays a professor who the police department uses as I think maybe decoy hitman.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, and see, I was seeing that, and I just thought there's a lot of personality traits that kind of cross over when I'm watching that preview,
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like a wish fulfillment.
Yeah.
So he gets conflicted because somebody approaches him to do a job, and he really likes this woman, but he's got his duties. So it's directed by Richard Linklater, who I love. He did Dazed and Confused, but he also did Boyhood.
Oh, okay, yeah. Great film.
Yeah.
Well, Dazed and Confused is just a classic too,
Oh, yeah. And he's a Texas guy, and he does most of his movies in Texas. So we have another sequel, Bad Boys Ride or Die. So Will Smith is trying to recreate magic with Martin Lawrence again.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts?
So that's June 7th. I didn't see For Life.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the first couple Bad Boys, and the first one was great.
Yes, it was. That was really good.
Oh, yeah. And so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We'll see, because, Will kind of toxic at the box office.
Has he ever recovered from the slap heard around the world? Has he really ever recovered from that?
I don't know. Can you? I don't know. I don't think you can spin it.
No,
really.
no, you can't. And it's just a bummer because he is just such a great performer too, and just to see that just in the fall from grace that comes with it's just kind of depressing in a way too.
Well, it's so weird
Yeah.
because everybody just was watching that going, what is happening? And then you hear the backstory, and then they keep coming out with,
Yeah, well, I thought it
Anyway,
was a wrestling work. Lynn, when I watched it live, I went, "There's no way this was this was, it happenstance. This was played out, But so when does that come out?
That comes out June 7th. Yeah, we could debate. And then I'm really looking forward to this sequel, Inside Out 2.
Yes.
Speaking of voice work.
Yep. The Inside Out was I thought it was underrated when it came out initially. I thought it was people loved it, but I don't think it got the real notoriety it really should have received. I thought it was so well done.
Oh yeah. Pixar, don't ever discount Pixar because I just love Pixar movies and they always make me cry too. So we shall see, because Riley's in high school. Now Amy Poehler is back as Joy. If you recall, these are all her emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So now she is in high school. So all of that, because high school, and so there's new emotions. But Amy Poehler's back as Joy. Lewis Black is back as anger. Phyllis Smith is back as sadness.
She was great.
St. Louis
yep.
too, and Bill Hader's not in it, but Tony Hale is taking his place as Fear. And I love Tony
Yeah,
Hale.
he'd be good. Yeah.
So, and then we have new emotions. We have, Mindy Kaling's not back for Disgust. Liza Lapira is going to be discussed. The new ones are Maya Hawke. That is the daughter of Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman.
Mm-hmm.
She's playing Anxiety.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know. And A.O. Edebury from The Bear is playing Envy. And then Paul Walter Hauser is playing Embarrassment. And then there's somebody I'm not familiar with playing Ennui. Like a bored teenager.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, because I had to look up Ennui.
Well, you know what's funny, Lynn, is I'm right there with you on those Pixar. I feel like such a baby by the end of some of them because they hit you right in the soft spot every time,
Oh my goodness. If you had a good relationship with your grandma and you watch Coco,
oh yeah,
you're going to be a puddle. You're going to be a puddle after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Up, oh my goodness. And then it's just, on and on and on you can go on. But anyway, they are back with Inside Out 2. So we'll see. It's not Pete Docter
mm-hmm.
who won the Oscar for Inside Out the first time, but we'll see. Now this one is going to be a testosterone fest. The next one is called The Bike Riders.
Oh.
And this was going to come out in the fall, but they held it. So it's Tom Hardy, Mr. Macho, Venom, but I love him as an actor.
Yep.
And he is teaming up with Austin Butler from Elvis,
mm-hmm.
who is not a one-trick pony if you saw Dune Part 2 and if you watched Masters of the Air.
I heard that people were really surprised by that because it seems like the folks that get sucked into that Elvis role, they kind of stays with them for a long time, after the biopic's done and the documentaries are done. But he really just transitioned as quick as he could to go down to greener pastures too.
Oh yeah, he was recognizable as the villain.
Yeah,
I was like, that's Austin Butler.
Yeah,
it was just shocking, and so this is intriguing to me. It is about a biker group, a motor called the Vandals in Chicago in 1967. Was this photo book, and this director Jeff Nichols. Nobody's heard of him, but I love his movies, so I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt here. He did a movie called Mud with Matthew McConaughey.
Mm-hmm.
If you saw that,
I haven't seen that one.
It's watch it. It's really good. and that was one of Ty Sheridan. He's a young actor. That was one of his first roles, and Reese Witherspoon is in it too. So Mud, check that out. And he did also really great movie called Midnight Special, and he works a lot with the actor Michael Shannon. And so Michael Shannon is in this. Jodie Comer, who's also having a moment, she is the female lead. And then Mike Feist, who's in Challengers and was in West Side Story, and I'm a big fan of his. If you watch The Walking Dead, Norman Reedus is in this.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, so he looks like a really scruffy, dangerous. So this bike group that just got together to ride motorcycles transitions into underworld with crime and drugs and all of that. So that is June 21st. So we shall see. I think Tom Hardy's kind of channeling Marlon Brando.
Yep.
So it looks like it, and it looks, and it just looks interesting. And then A Quiet Place, Day One.
This is cool.
June 28th, and I'm excited. This is Krasinski didn't direct it, but he helped with writing it. And actually, those first two were, oh my God, pulse pounding.
They were. I had to stop watching the first one when I watched it the first time. I'm like, I need to take a break from this because I'm getting too sucked into it.
Oh my God. And the audience, you could have heard a pin drop because it was so silent and everybody was just so tense in that birthing scene. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was just incredible. And then the second one was just really good. Cillian Murphy was in that.
Yeah.
As the friend. And it was sad, spoiler alert, John Krasinski had died.
Right.
And so this is what it implies. Day one. This is when those weird looking bug creature aliens land.
I can't wait for it, Lynn. I really can't.
Oh, I know. And I'm excited because the director is Michael Sarnowski. And if you saw Nicolas Cage's movie called Pig, and everybody should see this because it's like Nicolas Cage hasn't been that good in years. He is directing it, and it's Lupita Nyong'o, and it's Jimon Hensu, and Alex Wolff. He's a young guy. So I'm excited about that one.
Well, and I'm really excited. I think that's going to break the box office. I really do. I just have a good feeling about it.
I know. I hope so because it sounds smart. And the first two were so smart and so good and so emotional too, And so this is going to be a fun one from Netflix. July 3rd, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F.
Who's in this one?
Well, Eddie Murphy's back,
of
course, because why would you make it if
right.
he wasn't?
That's what I was nervous about. I'm like, please tell me Eddie Murphy's back on the screen in this.
And Judge Reinhold. So we'll see. And this one also has Kevin Bacon and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, wow. That sounds pretty good.
I know.
That'll be
fun. So we
fun.
shall see. So that's coming. And then we have Despicable Me 4. July 3rd. So
now is that Pixar? I always get confused.
No, it's Illumination.
That's it. Okay. I always get confused by the two when they come up if it's Pixar or Illumination has some pretty good ones. I'm more of a Pixar guy, but I like Illumination because they're really fun movies.
Oh, they are. And Glenn McCoy, he is a multi-talented guy from Swansea, Illinois. He works on those. He's a storyboard artist, and he designed some of them, and so he'll be featured. But he did he works on those pet ones too, The Secret Lives of Pets.
That was a great movie. I love that one a lot. And Super Pets was really good too. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. So he's so Illumination. They're there's DreamWorks, Pixar, Disney, Illumination. So that's where it was. Now, if you like scary movies, there was one. There were two a couple years ago called X and Pearl.
Okay,
and they were terrifying, but they were really good.
Yeah, I remember Pearl. I do remember that one.
So Maya Goth returns, and this is going to it sounds sleazy. They really do kind of have that edge to them. She's an adult film actress in the 80s, and she's finally, got her dream, living the dream. And there's a serial killer stalking people, and maybe that serial killer knows too much about her past.
Oh, well, that'll be really good.
Yeah, so that sounds good. And so Maya Goth is in it, and it's by this Ty West guy. He really has an interesting take on horror movies because that's not really my genre.
Right.
But I appreciate good ones. And so, year end, I have to see all these movies. And one of my young colleagues was saying, you have to see X. Have you seen X? And so I finally put it in, the DVD to watch it. And I went, oh my God, this is really good. And it's really terrifying. And I'm very glad I saw it during the day.
Good answer. That's a good thought too. Is the appropriate time to watch this one should probably be early afternoon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no. Ever since I saw at night, I was like, I'm going in the afternoon to see these things. But some nights, The Conjuring, I did have to see it. Well, I mean, screenings are at night. So,
right.
Well, I'm really excited about this pairing, Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum.
Oh, wow.
I know. And it sounds really interesting. It's called Fly Me to the Moon, and it comes out July 12th, and Woody Harrelson's in it too. And it is about people staging a fake moon landing.
Oh, no.
As the backup in case Apollo 11 goes wrong.
Oh, no. Oh, no. This is going to rally the troops, Lynn. This is going to rally the troops.
I know. It's going to ramp up the conspiracy theory.
Yes, it is. That sounds really good, though. I'm really interested to watch that one.
Oh, I am too. I think it sounds really clever. And if you see the previews, okay, so Twisters, we all remember. I love the Twisters from what was it, 1995, 96, whatever. The Flying Cow. Remember the Flying Cow?
Yep. And then they have a great amusement park attraction. I think it's Universal. They have a Twister attraction, or used to, that had the whole kit and it was wonderful.
Oh wow! Oh wow! I didn't know that. And so, Glenn Powell plays a cocky, swaggering Oklahoma dude that tracks Twisters, and he's a big showboat. And then we have the weather nerd Twister people, the ones with the PhDs.
Oh yeah.
And so they converge because it's in Oklahoma. It's Tornado Alley. And so it looks, if you watch the trailer, they've ramped up the special effects, the visual effects.
Oh wow.
Oh my God. But it's got this rivalry between Glenn Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones. She was in Where the Crawdads Sing. She's one of the up and coming rising actresses. So they're gonna have, she's a scientist and he's the good old boy. So it's going to be one of those.
This is so it's kind of funny that that's the origin, because this year I have on one of the local weather pages. The guy has like 80,000 followers for his weather page, but the news weather people aren't the biggest fans of his because they aren't going by the same procedures. That riff is real. There is a real riff between social meteorologists and meteorologists.
Yeah, so it's going to be one of those high stakes, and it's directed by the guy who did Minari.
Okay.
If you saw,
yep,
I love that movie, and it'll be interesting because he gets the big blockbuster. So, and people love the one with Bill, R.I.P. Bill Paxton,
yeah,
and Philip Seymour Hoffman, and all that. So we shall see. That's July 19th. Deadpool versus Wolverine.
That'll be fun. That'll be a fun one.
Oh yeah, that is going to be the two titans, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and their faux feud. You know how they have this big feud going on,
right?
And they try to outdo each other.
That'll be fun.
So that is July 26th. Now then, August is kind of throwaway. They just kind of give us things that aren't, because they're gearing up for the big fall prestige award season,
right?
Kind of stuff. So we have another alien called Romulus.
I met him.
So we shall see.
That sounds good.
And then we have a remake of The Crow.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
With Bill Skarsgård from It, the clown. He's going to play The Crow.
That's cool. I like that.
So that's pretty much the summer. So you got a couple nuggets in there you think you're going to...
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm totally going to day one, Quiet Place. That's already marked on the calendar. I got to go see that. But I'm like you with the superhero movies. I'm kind of bored with them. I think they're great, and if the kids like them, keep doing them. But I'm like you. There's something about going to see Quiet Place, but the Twister. I got to see the new Twister movie. There's something about just seeing that. Those are the two on my radar. I have a question for you though about a TV series lately. Is there what changed? Because all of a sudden now video games are becoming these really big TV shows. That Fallout series on Amazon Prime, I believe, it went nuts. It was the most searched streaming show for a couple of days. And now
I know.
And now they're talking about BioShock on Netflix, which is another video game adaptation. Are we going to see more of those going forward, do you think?
Oh, I think because whatever sells, whatever works,
Yep.
You know how they come up with these are the top 10 most watched things.
Yeah. It's so interesting though. Now for you, what are you looking forward to seeing the most this summer?
I think the Fly Me to the Moon.
That'll be fun too.
Oh. I think that, and then I also think Inside Out 2, just delightful. And then I am looking forward to Twister. I think Twisters.
Oh yeah, Twisters.
Yeah, we got the S on it. I hope it's a guilty pleasure.
Me too.
I hope it's just, popcorn movie. You just go and you just escape into that. So I'm hoping we shall see. Now there might be, a few sleepers. And Greg Kinnear, who I really like, who, he's not a marquee name, but he always does good work. There's a movie called Sight, and it looks very dramatic. It's about efforts to save child sight, and so that might be good. It's a drama, it's programmed. I haven't looked yet what all streaming is. I just got the Netflix sent their slate, so that's why I know about Hitman and Beverly Hills Cop. But we shall see. But I do think the trend is because of the recent, pandemic and everything. They're not having as many tentpole, what they call tentpole, movie, and because so I think there's there's going to be gaps, but just like the Cardinals are not pulling people in because we have St. Louis City and we have Battlehawks,
right?
I think there's so much for people to do.
Yep.
And it's hard to get people off the couch.
Yep. And that's the thing. It seems like, too, a lot of those movies, the moment they might not draw a dime in the box office, but when they're available to the general public, they're, dominating the streaming platform for a few weeks because people wanted to see it. It was just, whether it's laziness or they had this event or this thing to go do, it kind of kept them away from the movie theater, but they're watching it eventually is at least a promising thing. It's just not the best case scenario for the industry, I'm sure.
Right. And then, of course, you can always see Skyview Drive-In in Belleville, National Treasure.
Well, and
you can go to USA Today and vote them as the best drive-in theater in America because they're having their readers poll through May 13th.
Oh, that's really cool.
So if you like going to Skyview Drive-In, which is it's a local treasure. But yeah, I think you're right. I think people wait now, like Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, which I did not like at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is coming out. That is now, as of Tuesday, on video on demand.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to pay the higher buck, you know how video on demand is like $19.99 at first,
Right.
and then once it gets to DVD level, it's $3.99.
Mm-hmm.
But then you've got the streaming because you got Amazon, you got Netflix, you have Peacock, Hulu,
HBO.
Max.
Yep. I mean, there's just a whole kit and caboodle. And Lynn, it's always good talking with you. And I always tell you 10 minutes or 15, and then here we are 48 minutes later still chatting away. But there was a lot to talk about. And what's coming down the pipeline at Pop Life STL?
Well, we are just trying to catch up with all the movies. Oh, if I can inspire a very quirky movie, if you are fond of Looney Tunes and you are fond of creativity, this movie will make you laugh, and it is incredibly silly and goofy. It's called Hundreds of Beavers.
It sounds pretty goofy. I'll have to check that. Where's that one available?
It is on Amazon and also Apple. I think it's cheaper on Apple.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. One of them is like $5.99 and one of them is like $9.98.
Mm-hmm.
But it's two guys that make movies from high school, and they live in Wisconsin, and it is set in the wilderness. And this guy has got to battle all the critters in the forest. But the critters in the forest are in mascot outfits, like the bunnies. Hence, Hundreds of Beavers. It's the goofiest thing, but it's hilarious, and it's really creative, and it's super low budget, and it's got either a 99%. I think it's got a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's incredible. Oh, one last thing for you, Lynn. Is there any updates on the new Naked Gun series that's coming out? I'm excited about Liam Neeson doing taking on Leslie Nielsen's role.
Oh, I am too. You know, I haven't dived into it. I just know that it's going to happen, and I'm just really excited about it. But yeah. Well, you know, nostalgia again, escape. You know, we shall see.
And that's really all we can do. And Lynn, what's the best way for people to stay up to date on your reviews and what you guys are cooking up over at Pop Life STL?
Well, poplifestl.com. We do cover. We cover theater too. Big, you know, we're gearing up for the Muni and Stages St. Louis. We cover dance and the arts and the symphony, and we try to keep abreast of everything going on in the local scene. And then, of course, the movies. We have. I'm also on Rotten Tomatoes, so you can look me up there. I've got a post. I'm behind in posting Unfrosted, which I liked on Netflix, and the Amazon romance, The Idea of You, which I also.
That's really cool, and we'll definitely check it out. I was just talking about before you joined us that you were a Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter critic. And Lynn, thank you so much for bringing up Little Theater or theater in general, because we actually in Alton have one of the most oldest, most continuous little theaters in the country, but the most continuous in the state of Illinois at Alton Little Theater. They're producing.
Oh yes, you do, and I've seen many a fine production there. And there's a lot of young talent. I love to see the young folk emerge and get to get to express their creativity. So we shall see. But I wish you the best of luck this summer, and good luck with all the critters.
Well, and same here, Lynn. But before we take a quick break, too, just a little bit of business. Going back to Alton Little Theater real quick, Singing in the Rain. That's taking place this weekend all the way through May the 18th. They need you to get tickets for May the 18th because pretty much, Lynn, all the other shows are sold out. Alton Little Theater is one of our biggest supporters. And on the first and last Thursday of the month, we talk all things Little Theater with Alton Little Theater called Theater Thursdays. If you can't make it to Singing in the Rain, but you want to catch up with the 91st season of Alton Little Theater, which hits the stage of the summer with Oliver, you start by tuning in there and going to altonlittletheater.org. Lynn Venhaus. I hope to see you up here. I'll have to take you to a show at Alton Little Theater soon.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to meet up. You'll have to show me the sights. I love Alton. It's great.
That'd be wonderful. Lynn, love talking to you. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
You too. 10:02s, that's the time on this Thursday morning. We'll take a quick break. Top of the hour news rolls around the corner right after this.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
This is a moment we won't forget. On top of the world here together. If there ever was a time for a perfect kiss, well, this is it. This is it.
Welcome back. Top of the hour news hitting you at 10:07 on this 9th day of May. On September the 5th, 2024, the Edwardsville Police Department urges residents to register for MADCO Ready. Now, this is a vital component of Madison County's emergency response system. With outdoor warning sirens as insufficient for indoor alerts, the Code Red system provides a reliable solution to receive notifications. Residents can sign up by texting MADCO Ready to 99411, visiting the Madison County website, or by contacting the Madison County, Illinois Emergency Management Agency directly. Developed by OnSolve in Alpharetta, Georgia, Code Red has been effectively broadcasting crucial alerts across the county, ensuring community safety during times of emergency. Also in the news, the Alton branch of the NAACP is gearing up for its annual Freedom Fund Banquet, scheduled for Saturday, May the 18th. The anticipated event will take place at Lewis and Clark Community College's Commons, located at 5800 Godfrey Road in Godfrey. Tiffany D. Hightower, the executive director of the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus Foundation, will take the stage on the occasion as the keynote speaker. According to Alderwoman Rosie Brown, this year's banquet is expected to be one of the best in Alton's history. The event will also celebrate the 90th birthday of James Gray, a long-standing leader of the Alton branch of the NAACP. Doors open at 5 p.m., followed by dinner at 6 p.m. For ticket information, interested parties can reach out to Maxine Caldwell at 618-795-5786 or call Alderwoman Rosie Brown at 618-580-2394. Also in the news today, East Alton Wood River High School's graduation ceremony took place last night, as RiverBender.com will be broadcasting those very special occasions and moments to families and viewers alike all across the Riverbend. 6 valedictorians and a student who achieved perfect attendance throughout his 12 years of schooling were among the graduates last night. Principal Lee Robinson expressed excitement for the graduates' futures. The ceremony, eagerly anticipated despite those thunderstorms, streamed for live viewers throughout the community. The valedictorians, Colton Heaton, Samuel Howard, Timothy Melton, Amelia Plum, Kasikia Puckett, and Kennedy Ruitt, were highlighted for their hard work during challenging times, including the COVID-19 pandemic, which saw their initial years in high school restricted. Samuel Howard, one of the valedictorians, also earned recognition for his perfect attendance record. How incredible is that? One final bit of news for you this morning. Former Edwardsville High School and University of Iowa basketball star Kate Martin is on the brink of securing a position on the Las Vegas Aces roster with the WNBA preseason training camp nearing its end. Drafted 18th overall by the Aces in April, Martin's college career was marked by significant achievements, including 2 consecutive NCAA tournament final appearances at Iowa. She was instrumental in winning 3 straight Big Ten Conference tournaments from 2022 to 2024. The Aces are set to start their season next Tuesday against the Phoenix Mercury, with the game broadcasting nationally on ESPN2. Let's take a look at your weather this morning. 68 degrees, feels like 75 out there. Breezy and less humid today with times of clouds. Tonight, partly cloudy. Going to be a pretty mild night in the 618. Temperatures will reach 77 degrees today, drop down to 50 overnight. On Friday, a high of 69 degrees, a low of 52. On Saturday, partly sunny skies, no rain in the forecast, a high of 73, a low of 49 degrees. On Sunday, Mother's Day, the 12th day of May, a high of 79, a low of 57, partly cloudy skies, a 22% chance of precipitation, but nothing that's going to happen across the Riverbend. On Monday, that's when things start to change for the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're expecting some rain. On Monday, a 67% chance of thunderstorms, a high of 75, a low of 59 degrees. You can stay up to date with RiverBender.com /weather and get all of those updates and notices in real time. Plus, if you sign up for our SMS alerts or text notifications, you can text RB once again to 618-202-4618. That's 618-202-4618, and you can stay up to date on weather alerts as well, as we pride ourselves of getting our alerts out just a little bit quicker than the National Weather Service. The reason being, and the media providers, the reason being is during emergencies, a second sometimes is even a second too late, and we are always going to try to be first to alert you when weather conditions change, especially with next week's anticipated forecast coming down the pipeline. At 10:12, that's a look at your weather. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545, this time powered by Tom Lane. He is your local State Farm agent. Before we take a quick one, let me fill you in on Hainer Library. Hainer Library's the best. Kurt Smith, the Colonial Williamsburg Thomas Jefferson, the Thomas Jefferson reenactor, is going to be back in town this weekend, and we're looking forward to it. Lacey McDonald with Hainer joined me yesterday, and I kind of nervous. People said, Lacey needs to get her own show, and I'm excited about that. We'll have to see if we can make that work, Lacey. You and I kicked butt and took names, and I'm telling you what, Kurt Smith's getting ready to do the same this weekend. He is the best. And on May 10th at 6 p.m. at the Genealogy and Local History Library, you can have an evening with our nation's third president, Thomas Jefferson. This is meant for all ages, young and old. If you have questions that you'd like to ask, that will be an opportunity to do so as well. If you have children that are interested in the American Revolution because they're learning it in school and want to get more information about Thomas Jefferson, they can do the same by asking questions and just being a part of the presentation the evening of May the 10th. That's tomorrow, Friday at 6 p.m. You can call 1-800-613-3163. That's 1-800-613-3163 to register with Hainer Library today. For more information, HainerLibrary.org. That's HainerLibrary.org. And don't forget to tell them that CJ sent you over their way. Before we take a quick break, let me take you to Skycam. Always great to see how the heart of the 618's looking, and we'll come back and we'll chat a little bit more on this Thursday morning on RiverBender.com.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back. Here's what happened on this date in history in 19... Well, hold on here. I'm trying to do a segment. Thank you. On this date in 1960, the FDA approves the pill. That's the big one that happened on this date in history. On this date in 1970, during the Vietnam War, President Nixon meets with the anti-war protesters at the Lincoln Memorial. That happened on this date in the year 1970. In terms of crime, on this date in 1671, Irish adventurer Colonel Blood steals the crown jewels. That happened on this date in 1671. On this date in exploration history, explorer Richard Byrd claims to have flown over the North Pole. That happened on this date in 1926. On this date in crime yet again in 1978, former Italian Prime Minister Aldo Moro is found dead on this date in 1978. On this date in art, literature, and film history, L. Ron Hubbard publishes Dianetics. That happened on this date in the year 1950. During World War II, high-ranking Nazi Hermann Göring is captured by the U.S. 7th Army. That happened in 1945. On this date in 1969 and during the Vietnam War, a reporter broke the news of a secret bombing in Cambodia. Also, on this date in history, in terms of the United States presidential history, in 1974, the House votes to initiate impeachment proceedings against President Nixon. Also on this date, in terms of U.S. presidential history, Woodrow Wilson proclaims the first Mother's Day holiday on this date in 1914. During the 19th century, on this date in 1887, Buffalo Bill's Wild West show opens to the public. In 1964, in art, literature, and film history, an unlikely challenger ends the Beatles' reign on top of the U.S. pop chart, and that
Looking for fitness that fits your
challenger was the one and only Louis Armstrong. At age 63, broke the Beatles' stranglehold on the U.S. pop charts with his #1 hit, Hello, Dolly. That happened on this date in history.
Right now,
Man, I'm
get a
telling
free
you
foot
what, I
down
am
the
just getting
subway.
bombarded now with commercials. Okay, on this date, in art, literature, and film history, the last episode of The Honeymooners aired in 1971. On this date in crime, in 1997, Andrew Cunanan continued his murder spree. During the Cold War in 1955, West Germany joined NATO on this date. And in 1915, during the First World War, Allies launched the dual offensive on the Western Front. On this date in music, oh man, my sinuses are kicking my butt today. My apologies. In 2020, Little Richard died of bone cancer at the age of 87. He had his biggest hits in the 50s and was known for that exuberant performance in those flamboyant outfits with the likes of Chuck Berry and Elvis. He was one of a handful of U.S. acts who mixed blues, R&B, and gospel that led to that evolution of rock and roll. He sold more than 30 million records worldwide, including his hits Good Golly Miss Molly, Lucille, Tutti Frutti, and Long Tall Sally. Man, have you ever listened to the lyrics of Tutti Frutti? Little interesting. Also, on this date in music history, in 2003, the Eagles trimmed a four-man lineup of Glenn Frey, Don Henley, Joe Walsh, and Timothy Schmidt after parting ways with Don Felder. Started their farewell #1 tour in Richmond, Virginia. The title, a mocking reference to the many farewells tours that aren't really farewell tours. They played 168 dates on the tour for over 3 years. In 1999, Jimmy Page appeared on Saturday Night Live with, there you go, P. Diddy, and performed Come With Me from the Godzilla movie soundtrack. The song sampled the guitar riff from Led Zeppelin's song, Kashmir. In 1992, Bruce Springsteen made his North American television debut on Saturday Night Live with host Tom Hanks. That happened in 1992. Starship started a 4-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with the song co-written by Albert Hammond and Diane Warren with Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. At 48, it made lead singer Grace Slick the oldest female to reach #1 on the UK chart, later broken by Cher in 1999 with Believe. Also on this date in music history, in 1974, Bonnie Raitt played 2 shows at Harvard Square Theater in Massachusetts. Opening act, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. Rolling Stone critic John Landau saw Springsteen and wrote, "I've seen rock and roll futures. I've seen rock and roll's future. And his future's name is Bruce Springsteen." That happened in 1974. In 1973, Mick Jagger added $150,000 of his own money to the $350,000 by the Rolling Stones January benefit concert for the victims of an earthquake in Nicaragua. On this date in 1969, Beatles guitarist George Harrison's experimental album Electric Sound was released on Zappa Records. The album was experimental work comprising 2 lengthy pieces performed on a Moog 3 synthesizer. It was one of the first electronic music albums by a rock musician made at the time when the Moog was usually played by dedicated exponents of the technology. That's a little interesting. And that's pretty much it. On this date in history, 1964, we already talked about that. Hello Dolly making its way to #1 on the U.S. singles chart and the oldest artist to hit the #1 spot on the Billboard. That happened on this date in history. Born on this date, Billy Joel, who may, of course, the legend. It's still rock and roll to me. Uptown Girl, Moving Out, Anthony's Song, Vienna, you name it. 20 other U.S., UK top 40 singles, 4 U.S. #1 albums. Born on this date in 1949. Steve Katz, guitarist from jazz rock American music group Blood, Sweat, and Tears. They scored the 1969 U.S. #2 single with Spinning Wheel and 1969 U.S. #12 single, You've Made Me So Very Happy. Born on this date. American singer-songwriter Richard Furey, who with Buffalo Springfield had the 1967 #17 single For What It's Worth, and with Poco, the 1979 U.S. #17 single Crazy Love, and with the Souther Hillman Furry Band, the 1974 U.S. #27 single Fallen in Love. That all happened born on this date, and that's what happened in music history. One final one for you. Born on this date in 1914, Hank Snow, Canadian-American country music artist Hank Snow, who scored more than 70 singles on the Billboard Country chart from 1950 until 1980. Snow died on December the 20th, 1999. That's a look at what happened on this date in music and, well, just history in general. We'll take a quick break, and our daily show will come back to us next, right after this, with Wreckfest, right here on RiverBender.com.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Sorry, my fault. Welcome back. Rec Fest is set for the 18th of May at the National Great Rivers Museum. Is it in Alton? I've always been fascinated by the jigsaw, you know, like it really is like an interesting border pattern. Corinne, how are we doing?
We're doing great.
Did I do it right
You
again?
did.
Oh, I do it every time. At least we're becoming more familiar now. Okay. Well, coming up on the 18th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m., free adventure-themed rain or shine event. How's everyone looking forward to it?
We are really pumped up. It is our biggest event of the year at the National Great Rivers Museum. So we pretty much kind of like throw a big party out on our parking lot, and we invite, at least this year, it's over 25 different partner organizations that have just a ton of different stuff that people can kind of try out and test. It's all geared towards the recreation season and how to recreate safely and just how to enjoy the summer safely.
That's really cool. And now, what gave you guys the idea to start this event? How long has this been going on for? Is this year 2 or 3 now?
This is the 3rd year, specifically for the Corps of Engineers. Safety, specifically water safety, is kind of one of our huge missions. So we wanted to come up with a way to kind of engage the community and really have a fun event that could get folks out and ready to recreate and to kind of promote that safety aspect.
And I'm sure that, during the event, you get so many parents that are concerned about it because, of course, we want our, children to go out and experience, the outdoors and go be a part of nature. But, what happens if, something happens and we slip down a hill or, we fall on top of that branch we were trying to get over and it snaps and it cuts us a little bit. All those things I'm sure parents are worried about, and gives you a better understanding to stop by RecFest to learn about some of those different options too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good kind of introduction to really any recreational activity that folks could do here in the Riverbend area. And then again, a lot of that safety component. We have the local police departments and the fire departments out. We have weather safety, so what to do in a tornado, what to do for actually railroad crossings, that there's safety with that as well.
Yeah.
So it's really cool, the whole spectrum of which we're trying to hit recreation and that safe component.
It's really cool. I think this is a great event. Now it looks like, too, you guys will be rain-free. It's supposed to rain up until Friday, I thought, and then you guys are ready to go. Now, Bass Pro Shop's going to be there, too, correct? Doing some outdoor stuff?
Yeah, they're doing some outdoor games. Not quite positive what games they're bringing yet, but they're always real fun.
They're good games. Good games. Go out for the games. And what I think's really cool is the mobile planetarium. I've never seen that actually for myself, but I heard it's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to go in it, but I've seen it set up. It looks really cool. It's the Nature Institute that has a mobile planetarium, so that'll be inside the museum, so there are some indoor activities as well, and that is every 20 minutes or so, starting at 11:30. So folks have a lot of opportunity to come in, learn about the night sky in the middle of the daytime from some experts.
That's so cool, though, and it's really cool that there's opportunities to still study it with the sun still being out too. And what I think's unique about it being a rain or shine event, especially when learning about weather, is if there is a storm that happens during that day, what better way to kind of learn on hand what to do if you're caught in one than to be outside with a weather expert going, well, here's what we look for.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of like that. I'm starting to really understand this more. Well, what I think's cool, too, is archery. I think it's such an important skill to learn, and really, when I did the summer camp for Alton years ago, like 10, 12 years ago, every child loved it because there was just something about it for them that they connected to. And now National Park Service is going to provide that this year, correct?
Yes, it's probably one of the fan favorite activities.
Is it really?
Between archery and the rock wall, I don't know. But,
that makes sense, though.
We have the National Park Service and then some folks from Fish and Wildlife as well. That they're the pros, really.
Yeah.
I can't shoot an arrow. They can shoot an arrow with their eyes closed, but we'll have a little range set up and kids can try out archery. Adults can too, but it gives a really good kind of introduction to how to shoot archery and how to do so safely.
That's really cool. I can't shoot a bow either, to be honest with you. I can't do much.
I'll spectate.
But exactly, I'm a union supervisor, I'm really good at that job. Well, also with that, Touch a Truck is going to be there with Alton Police Department and Fire. They're going to be doing that. And I think it's cool that you guys have something for every age level, too.
Oh, yeah. It's really interesting to kind of see what all of the agencies can bring. Granted, it could change day of if there are emergencies elsewhere. But we will hopefully have at least a fire truck available. The police department is either bringing bringing the K9 unit or one of their vehicles, like a special tactical vehicle,
Oh,
which
cool.
either way is going to be super cool. And then we've got some more so specific like rollover type demonstrations from the Illinois State Department and the Highway Patrol. So there's going to be a lot that's kind of related to that touch a truck and more like
Yeah.
vehicle component.
One, it's great to get them more familiar with it too, the kids and all of that. I mean, it's a really, really great opportunity
it's great to see
do
in
so.
person.
Yeah, well, you know what's funny? I can't even say. I'm gonna do it anyway. We, in my old job, we had a media van that may or may not have was driven by somebody that had a little bit of a problem with law enforcement, and there is nothing better than it's not even just with one company. I'm telling you, it's so wild. Any media van freaks out near the police if they go to an event. Like they're like, "Oh man, stay away from them." Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
like
gosh.
the damnedest thing I've ever seen in my life. Well, speaking of. Damn it, damnedest things. Damn it, Joe's Barbecue is going to be on hand with Kona Ice. That's really cool.
Yeah, it'll be a great day. Hopefully, weather-wise, you can enjoy some barbecue. It's not too hot. Damn It Joe's is like also a fan favorite. Folks I love
He's
them.
really good stuff.
They're great. And then Kona Ice, I mean, you can
That's a
cool
staple.
off, have
That's
a
a
nice snow cone.
That's a staple at this point in time, And now, in addition to the activity boost, there's also going to be an educational component to this as well with some speakers. Is that true?
Yes, we have a really exciting speaker that's all kind of about wildlife and animal adaptation. So there are 3 shows. They're completely free throughout the day, and I would definitely recommend trying to come by and hit one of them. So we have Bob Tarter of Animology. So he comes up and he brings a variety of different types of animals, and he'll be doing those free shows inside of our theater. Let me check at 11, 12:30, and 2.
Really cool. And now, what can we expect with that? Because that sounds really unique with adaptations and different, I don't understand it. What are we going to learn there?
So there, depending on what he brings, which he's got all kinds of stuff between snakes, owls, bats. Last year he brought a fruit bat, which was pretty cool.
That is
You can't
really
quite see
cool.
those two commonly in this area.
Well, and not to cut you off, but everyone always gets the fruit bat and that other species confused. Everyone always thinks they have bats, but there's one that looks like a bat that's not really a bat.
I'm not sure that I know which one you're talking about. But
I don't
mean,
know.
Bob
I don't know
Tarter could
either. I'll have
probably
to call
teach you.
Bob. Yeah. There's always one. I can't remember, but that's really cool.
Yeah, it should be fun.
And now, Fred Bird's going to be there too?
Redbird, yeah, at 11:30, we actually have kind of like a mascot parade. So
I love it.
definitely
This is
come at
cool.
11:30.
Okay.
So we'll have Bobber, our water safety dog, our big core mascot. He'll kind of be leading the way, and then he's got some of his special friends. We've got Fredbird, the owl from the National Park Service.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think.
That's cool. And you got Blazer gonna make
Blazer, yeah, that's the other.
But I'm just going
It's a
for
whole
Bob.
parade.
Everyone, Fredbird. I want to see Bobber the water safety dog over Fredbird any day of the week. I'm starting to riff with
He'll
Fredbird.
take that honestly to
I
heart.
will.
That'll really
I'm serious.
touch him.
Fredbird and I got some issues right now.
Well, he will be there cheering everybody on and giving kind of the photo promos, high fives, hugs, all the above.
And what I think's really cool is it's not just an event that you guys put on, but you give an incentive to actually go and do the activities and learn from some of the folks. Because we've all been to those events where the gates open up and you're like, man, there's like 4,000 people here, but the vending lines are empty. But I love this passport idea. Fill me in more, or give us more detail on how that works.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like little kind of promos and giveaways that folks could earn that day. So we try to really encourage everyone to visit as many stations as they can to learn as much as they can and experience it all. So upon going to the festival, folks should go to the welcome tent, and you can get a little passport at that tent along with like a map and everything. And that will kind of serve as your like a stamp as you go along the way. And if you can get up to 10 stations or complete 10 different activities, you're eligible for some really cool prizes.
That is really cool. I'm looking at this now. Additionally, the first 100 completed passports, you're going to receive a free River Dragons baseball game ticket, good for any home game. I heard the PA announcer is like the best ever. In addition to the prize bags, that's me. In addition to the prize bags and baseball tickets, RecFest is also going to be recognized as a Kids to Park Day event.
Yes. So if you're not familiar, the America the Beautiful Pass
Okay.
is available for 4th grade students, and that particular day, Kids to Parks is really throughout the entire country trying to aim to get kids out and recreating. So we kind of serve as a good festival for that. You can celebrate. And then any fourth grader this year is eligible to get that pass. So you just have to come by the tent and we'll issue you your America the Beautiful pass.
That's real. You know, I don't know if I told you or Allison this, but if I really got fired tomorrow, I would try to go into the national park. I think it's such a great opportunity. And, you know, the park pass, I didn't realize how many people utilize it. And
They're amazing.
And just so, like, for me, I always just thought parks. Like, I can go to Yosemite or, Yellowstone or whatever. But to be able to use it for, like, Harry Truman Museum and all these other, national park spots, that's what I think is really cool, is all the different things that you guys are a part of.
Yeah, it's all federal lands. The Corps is one of the major components.
Yeah.
You can launch your boat, use our rec areas. Those are more so related to like the lake projects. But if you're fishing or using those different recreation areas, you do get the kind of discount or the free access if you get the pass.
And now are the tours of the Lock and Dam going to be open that day?
Yes, so
Cool.
we're doing tours every 30 minutes or so they're a little bit more scheduled than an open tour. But you'll be able to get up to the top of the dam throughout the event from 10 to 3, and then it'll be hopefully weather fantastic. So great day to see the top of the dam. We also have folks from the Mississippi Water Trail that are going to be paddling that day and locking through, so you can actually see and witness that process, again kind of emphasizing the safety on the river.
And now, have you guys gotten more water this year than last year? I'm curious to know.
Yeah, we are. Technically, the dam is currently open river, so we don't have the gates down to hold back anything right now.
Okay. Well, I was just curious because it seems like, this would be a really cool opportunity, too, for folks to see how it works whenever you do have, a lot of rainwater coming in and all of those different components. Because I don't know what happened, but I really feel like I just, like 9 times more rain than last year.
Yeah, I think so, too. We kind of needed some
We
of it,
did.
though.
Oh, my goodness. Telling you what, my plants were saying, please more,
Mine still are.
Yeah, are they really? It's 10:43. We'll take a quick break, but we're going to come back and talk RECFest a little bit more. We'll come back right here on RiverBender.com. Get over here and Roku TV.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was going to make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
You're killing me, man. You know I've always been your biggest fan. Now I can't even listen, 'cause I'll get to missing her, then the hurt gets worse. Damn straight. I used to love your songs, but now every time that one comes on, my heart gets broken half. But do I wish I could.
Sorry, just a taste of what's to come on August 9th when Scotty McCreery comes into town. AltonAmphitheater.com to get your tickets today. That'll link you right to Metro Tix. But until then, you can have RECFest to kind of wet your palate for the excitement of the summer. May the 18th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Oh, I was nervous. I took my face away from the email you sent me, and now I'm without floaties in this interview. Getting back to it, take me through some of the events and activities that are vendors that are going to be there on the 18th.
Yeah, so just kind of breaking down some of the activities and what folks can expect. We've got kind of a lot for everybody. We do have kind of an introduction to backpacking station. That's going to actually be from our folks down at the district office.
Cool.
From the Corps of Engineers. So kind of learning how to backpack, how to pack all of your things appropriately in the safety.
I'm still learning how to do that.
It's very fun, but it can be troublesome.
And honestly, that alone is going to teach more than just packing up and preparing for that, but just organization in general. When you're going on trips or even down the road, you name it, you got to be prepared.
That is one of the best ways to stay safe, is to know where you're going, be prepared, have all of those different things on hand if an emergency arises. So very important.
Really cool. What else is coming down?
We've got a variety of different live animal not presentations, but places that folks can go to learn more about.
I got to ask, before we go into this is for me. Groundhogs, do you guys have them on hand?
We do. I saw some a couple days ago.
Are they going to be displayed?
Gosh, I wish. No.
Okay, see, I'm trying to bring Groundhog Day back to Alton, and we had it set up. We could have done it, but the problem was they were still hibernating at one of the spots, and you can't really wake them up.
I thought that Treehouse Wildlife Center, I thought they had a groundhog.
It was hibernating.
Oh,
we couldn't wake them up, So anyway, I'm really trying for next year,
They're out there. Go over to Riverlands. I saw a couple over there.
That's so cool. So you're going to have animals on display from a variety of different vendors?
Yes. So at least for the Missouri Department of Conservation, they typically will bring some type of animal. I think it will be a snake. And then similarly, we have the St. Louis Herpetological Society, which is all reptiles.
That's cool.
And they will be bringing a whole host of different types of snakes for snake ID, and I believe they might be bringing some venomous, so folks can actually learn how to tell the difference.
That's really cool. And especially around here, because aren't there some rattlesnakes or something?
Yeah, there's timber rattlers up near the kind of bluff area.
Yeah, that's right. And good for parents to know how to identify, and kids alike, too.
Yeah, absolutely. They're very cool.
That's
Snakes
really
are my
cool.
thing, so
Are they really?
Go by and check them out.
That's awesome. And now, have you been to Lone Elk Park over there?
Yeah.
You know what? That is like one of my favorite places to go, even though it's farther away. Do you guys do any work? Is that part of Missouri Conservation?
No, I don't know actually. I think it's a state park.
Okay.
Essentially.
Awesome.
It's very fun. If
Yeah,
you've never
I
been,
didn't
you
know.
should drive through.
Sorry about that. I don't know why that came to mind when you said Missouri. I just went immediately to the buffalo. And then anyone else on display you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, so just a couple of different folks that I think are really fun that you should come by and see. All Missouri things are fun, are the Master Naturalist groups. They'll have a functioning stream table, so you can learn a little bit more about stream ecology and some of the critters that you might be able to find in a stream, like macroinvertebrates and maybe crawfish.
Yeah.
Some cool stuff. So that's a cool one. You can learn about ATV safety. We have some folks that actually gave the Corps of Engineers ATV training, so they'll be by and doing some kind of fun demos on how to fit your helmet safely. I think there might be eggs involved in trying to drop an egg, see what happens.
Well, you're getting loved here on the text line here. I think that's wonderful. People are excited to bring their little ones out here. One just said, hell with my kids, I'm coming.
Come on by. It's great for adults, too.
And with that being said, RECFest is super cool, and it's always great to talk to you guys at the Corps of Engineers and all the work that you guys do, because it's one thing for us here because we're so used to driving by the river and through the bridge, but you don't realize the team and literally all the folks that are on hand to preserve and protect and educate the region on one of the most valuable pieces of it, and that's our waterway.
Absolutely.
And that's what I think's so cool about this. So once again, if you're tuning in on May the 18th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. I don't even know how to recap. There's so much. I really don't. You got to start at the welcome center, correct?
Yeah, there should be a main welcome tent that we'll have popped
Welcome
up
tent.
in the parking lot.
I missed my line here. The welcome tent to pick up the RECFest passport, the mascot parade led by Bobber the water safety dog, Fredbird's going to be there, Blazer the Newfie, and you name it. I mean, it's just going to be fun. Bob Tarter's going to have the animology presentations. It's going to be great. Hands on deck, where you got some live showings of live animals and reptiles, and all of these really great food options. Damn it, Joe's Barbecue, Kona Ice, the list goes on. I'm running out of breath. Corinne, what else am I forgetting?
The mobile planetarium, lock and dam tours. There's so much to pick from.
And that means all that's left is for you to show up. So we'll see you there on May the 18th. For more information, what's the best way for that?
You can either call the museum, or we are real into the socials. So Facebook, you can send us a message. There's a group that we try to put all of the event updates in. So just head on to @GreatRivers on Facebook.
There you go. We'll see you there, Wreckfest, May the 18th. And make sure you stop by and say hi, because I am going to try to stroll around a little bit and meander, you know. But
Just like the river.
There you go. And we'll see you there May the 18th for Wreckfest.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Jesse James, still trying to make a name, knowing nothing's gonna change what I am. I was a young troubadour when I wrote in on a song, and I'll be an old troubadour.
Welcome back. We're wrapping up this Thursday. Man, I'm already getting tired. 10:56. Little bit of change. And I just wanted to give you a brief update on the girls' soccer team. And I'm going to see if we can get Jerry to call in here. And we'll do a little bit more for them. You know, senior night for girls soccer is tonight, and I'm really impressed with the squad. You know, this is a season where there was so many changes, and they have one of the best coaching staffs out there right now. Shane is really good, and Jamie Dwiggins is one of the assistant coaches and actually helps me coach with the Irish, and she's wonderful. And what I thought was really cool is they had to kind of adapt on the fly a little bit and really turned the season around, had some really good results, some great showings, and now they're heading into the playoffs. But tonight, senior night is going to be against Belleville East. Now, JV will play at 5 p.m., and varsity will play at 6:30 p.m. I would assume that the ceremonies for senior night will kind of take place between 6:15 to 6:30, and this is at Public School Stadium. And, you know, our community does a wonderful job of going out and supporting, and really, the Redbirds have a lot to be excited about. I mean, they just they beat Collinsville 1-0. That was a huge win, and then really competed well against Edwardsville up until the very end. So a lot of great things to be proud of, and there's a lot of seniors that they're going to be recognizing. It looks like 5 that will be recognized this evening at Public School Stadium. And those 5 seniors, we can give them to you now. I have them on screen. Karen Lewis, Trista White, Callie Mossman, Jada Bruce, and Tayan Orr are going to be the seniors that are recognized this evening. And just excited to always talk about Alton soccer in general, but the girls' soccer team, really proud of them for really turning things around and really figuring it out in short time. It's been really kind of fun to hear their journey along with how everything's going, but that big result against Collinsville in the Southwestern Conference, that's a huge win, and just something to be proud of, too. So they're going into tonight with a lot to be proud of, a lot to look forward to at Public School Stadium. We hope to see you there for Alton High School girls soccer senior night. I hope I can be there. I know that we have training tonight for the Irish at 7:30, but I'm going to try my best to swing on by and support the girls, and I hope that you guys do too. This is a big moment. Senior nights are big deals for athletes, and you know, it's always great, you know, to stop and think about, you know, for some players for 14, 13 years, for 12 years at least, you're driving up and down the road with mom and dad, getting home from school, going straight to practice, and all these things, it becomes your life. And so to have those moments to kind of recognize that and just, you know, reflect on it a bit and celebrate, it's always really great to see. So we hope to see you there at Public School Stadium tonight at West for Alton Girls Soccer, their senior night, where we're honoring 5 seniors on the team. And it's going to be a good one. That starts at 5 p.m. with JV playing at 5, and then varsity takes the field at 6:30 for kickoff time against Belleville. Against Belleville East tonight. So JV at 5 p.m., varsity at 6:30 p.m., Belleville East. It's Alton High School girls soccer senior night. And again, a big shout out to the team. We're going to have to talk to Shayna and Jamie and do an interview with the coaches, because there was a lot of positives and more to highlight and more to enjoy tonight when they beat Belleville East at Public School Stadium May the 9th. That's this evening at 6:30 p.m. we hope to see you there. I'm out of time. I'll see you live for more of our daily show tomorrow. That's Friday. Until then, just try your best to stay out of jail.